started with production first of all, like way back in 2004 in Nigeria, Lagos State precisely, Eric Moore area, yeah, Lagos, Surulere. Okay, the journey has not been easy because first of all, when I started production, I had to go to school as well, University of Ghana, so 4 years I had to be going to several studios to work here and there. But prior to that, I was also working in some studios. I used to follow some producers way back. That was like 15 years ago in Nigeria. We used to go to different studios to work with artists, and that was the process of learning for me, because I had the hands-on where you get to understand certain concepts about mixing and production as well. Yeah, so it has not been easy, it's a long journey, and there's no an end to it because you have to keep learning every day, every time. When you open a project today, new ideas might come. When you open tomorrow, another idea might come. So it's a very cumbersome process, but I love it. It's fun. Okay, mixing and mastering. It's a very complicated area, and it's very important, because you cannot just play beat and give it to the artist and go like, okay, I've brought you cassava, I've brought you palm kernel or whatever, then make it. No, it doesn't work like that. I think the little beats is where you are like a cook, and you bring this item from the market, you bring this and join everything together and add all the spices, to make it taste good. A good mix or bad mix could decide where your song might be, whether you like it or not. If you like, just do a dope song, play the beat. When you take it to the radio, other people's song might just floor yours in terms of sound quality. So you cannot underestimate the power of a mixing and a mastering engineer. It's very important. People don't know, especially in our part of the world, but it's a very important area where people really have to start paying serious attention to. Definitely, if you get professionals to touch your music, it's going to be different from an amateur or somebody who does not have the right gadgets to use, And so definitely you always hear differences in terms of production quality from outside. I know way back, a lot of hardworking, the OGs, a lot of them used to travel abroad to go and record great sounds, and they pass through a lot of great gears, to make sure that the sound quality is on top notch. But when you are comparing our sound to what is outside, I think now we are trying, some of the guys, are also trying to get some of the latest gadgets, to work with, and I think that's a step in the right direction. But when it comes to the quality, I won't lie to you, we all know it, They use a lot of gadgets, and you can't, your professionalism cannot be a converter. You see, so if they are using great converters and everything, they're great sound cards with dope mics and everything, definitely you hear a huge difference in the sound. The fact that the song is a hit song does not mean the song has quality. You can do a song and everybody's jamming to it, but who cares? But at the end of the day, when the professionals come in, they would know, if the sound is top notch or not. Even though some of the consumers of the music might not care because all they want to do is dance or listen to the music, but we as the engineers or producers have to let the people know what a good sound is. So that means if we have a collective body and everybody knows that, okay, we have to pass this through here or there and it's a standard, everybody goes by that, then I think the quality of our sound to improve massively, Possigee Mixclass, Charlie, you for learn how to, compress the kick and EQ everything properly, so that everything fits in the mix, so that you don't listen to it and things are just piercing, you have to de-ess and everything, I think Possigee Mixclass is good for anyone who wants to improve on mixing. It's not a guarantee that once you go, you become the best engineer, but it's a process, and I think it's a stepping stone for a lot of the guys out there. So if you have the money or just look for the money to pay something, then come to the mix class, and learn a lot, because he has experience, right? And he's able, I think for some of us way back, we didn't really have someone to sit us down to go like, okay, this is the reason I'm doing this is the reason I'm compressing this kick, this is the reason I'm using this saturation, this is the reason I'm doing this or that. So now we have someone who is going to sit down with you and explain certain things to you, and I think it's cool, because even when you watch tutorials, you might not be able to get everything until you see the person who is behind it and you ask a few questions to understand certain things. So I think it's great, you know. Join the Possigee Mixclass, Charlie. It will help. I think we really have to invest, you know, because if we don't invest, I don't think we'll be able to have that sound that we are really yearning for. So I think investment, and again, I think we need the people who are experienced, you know, a lot of the OGs to also educate us and make us feel like, okay, we could be corrected, or make us feel like, okay, what we are doing for ourselves is great, and we need some level of encouragement, you know, because I think a lot of them didn't really do what they are supposed to do for the generation coming. So there is a little bit of confusion. So I'm really happy with the Mixclass, because we have a lot of great guys, you know, behind the Mixclass. Possigee and Hubert too does some that's Hubert, he does some teachings, you know, to some students, and I think it's the step in the right direction. So if the professionals who are in the game are able to come together and agree that, okay, we have to be organizing something like this, like Possigee Mixclass, to help the upcoming artists or producers, I think that would be great, because one man can't do it alone, you know, and we need to support him and anybody who is doing something like this. Yeah.